So essentially, the doubt needs to be managed consciously. And we should allocate some time respectfully to find the truth about what we doubt. But that should be contained, not obsessive, and not to flood our entire practice time with thoughts of doubt, or to stop practicing because we doubt that. The conscious managing of spiritual doubts. It is inevitable. I know very, very few biographies of beings that didn't have doubts. They normally became like the biggest saints and masters of humanity. But mostly as we go along the spiritual path, there will be doubts. And all sorts of things that steer us up will rise there. In the book of Daniel Odier, his master, Devi, his female master, continuously, deliberately pushed him in front of his doubts. She spread a rumor that she's not a master but a witch, and that she died, and it's very strange, and she got people to tell him that rumor, and then she put him somewhere on a cliff for a whole night where she could just push him and he would die, and he just faced that fear again and again and again and again. And through this process of alchemizing the deep doubt, she was using somehow his deep inner doubts and projecting it on herself as his master to crack him open. And as we go through the spiritual path, we have to take doubts as something to manage. We follow a path, we love techniques ABC, we love the view about this and about that, we love the metaphysics of the beginning of time, and we don't like how the managing of relationship, or we don't like the master-disciple relationship, or we don't like this and that practice or this and that style. We don't like that the master is fat, we don't like that the master is thin, the master is brown, the master is not brown enough, the master is not Indian, the master is too Indian, too Tibetan, the people are too nice, they're not nice enough. Something between our personality and our personal flavor and whatever spiritual school that we will go to, there will be a gap. There will be a difference. And as we grow spiritually, we would like to embrace more and more of whatever spiritual school, whatever path we are walking. And in the process, there will come this dissonance. For me, as I came to the spiritual school that we are in, it was very, very difficult. The first 5 years or something. Very difficult because I wanted it very, very much, and some things really, really bugged me. And it became necessary to find a way to go spiritually, to grow spiritually very fast, and, to respect my doubts. Not to let the doubts control me, and not to cover them with fanatism, a fake smile, a fake I don't know what worship. And it took quite some time and quite some experiments, and what I've learned there and learned throughout these 20-something years, I will present in the following. So the efficiency of the spiritual practice, of any meditation, any yoga asana, any breathing exercise, any prayer, particularly prayer, is in direct proportion to the faith. The faith that you have on the path, the faith that you have on the teachers, will provide the powerful ingredient that will make the technique work. The fact that there is a text saying 700 years ago, people made this ritual, made this meditation, said this mantra, and entered samadhi, no. But if you speak to a person who does that meditation with that mantra and enters samadhi 3 times a day, and you look in their eyes and you see God, and then you enter samadhi, or let's say you see that and you enter the meditation with the faith that this person that I speak with once a week enter samadhi every day, you will enter the meditation with such a transfiguration, or it gives you a prayer, or a technique, or a ritual. It says, look, for me it works and brought me there. You will enter the technique with a totally, totally different attitude, and then it can work for you. So this ingredient of faith is the active ingredient that makes the spiritual techniques efficient and powerful. It is not at all secondary. In the absence of faith, and we had being a school of the many here in Mahasiddha in Thailand, we had people coming to the workshops. And look in the eyes of so-and-so, try to see the divine. And they're like, my girlfriend brought me here, I hate all of it. They don't feel anything. It was just like, when is it over, when is it over? Everybody else with tears of love, this was the deepest, I don't know what, retreat or workshop. And they're like, either everyone's crazy or I'm crazy, because I didn't feel anything. Yeah, you didn't have a zero faith. It was a perfect straight line of zero faith, and because of that, almost zero effects. And for people that enter with tremendous faith, very little practice gets them extremely, extremely high. Doubt eats the faith. And when there is doubt, the faith decreases. And when the faith decreases, the efficiency of the techniques decrease. And when the efficiency of the techniques decrease, faith decreases because the techniques don't work so much. And you're like, yeah, some years ago it used to work, or some months ago when I would do this practice, this meditation, this Udhyana Bandha, I would feel so high. But now every time I do it, I'm having thoughts of how I hate this and how I hate that and how I'm skeptical about this. And then my yoga practice is my skeptical time. I don't think about it when I watch Netflix, but when I come to do my shoulder stand, when I come to do my mantra meditation, I have all these annoying thoughts. And so I'm not invested, and so I have no faith, and so the techniques are not working, and so my faith decreases. And this is a downward going spiral. And many people, they discover that and they say, well, this doubt is eating up my spiritual path, and I somehow realize spirituality is the most important thing. So let me bury my doubts in unconsciousness. Let me become a fanatic. Let me just shout out, I believe, I believe. Maybe it will take my doubts away. It won't take your doubts away. And I've seen many people fall off the path. Even in the path, they're already off the path because of this fanatism. So that doesn't work. And then other people say, well, if I'm doubting, then the heck with it. I don't like that aspect of the school. Master is not Indian, master is Indian, master is fat, master is thin, master speaks too slowly, master speaks too fast, speaks too much, speaks too little. Why is the teaching like that? Why is the room like that? Why is it not clean? Why is it whatever? I like a lot of it, but I don't like this part, and therefore I have doubts. Why are they handling money like that? Why is money handled like this? This is wrong. And then all the wonderful spiritual techniques that brought all the wonderful effects and have been life-transforming, they are thrown away because of one aspect. The doubt eats everything else, and you go out. Another bad option. Because what you've checked, materialistic life, and materialistic life is the correct way of living, it will lead to a gradual decrease of suffering in yourself and in others. It will lead to lasting meaning, to lasting happiness, to lasting love. I don't like how you handle this, I'm out. Yeah, what's out there? Do you believe 100% what's out there? Can you subscribe to a government, to an organization, to something 100%? Do you have something there that you don't doubt at all? Then why do you leave? So that's also a bad option. So what do we do to have integrity, to be real to ourselves, and yet not lose the entire spiritual path because of 1 or 2 or 3 doubts? So what's important is A, to respect the fact that we have doubt, B, to clarify very well what we are doubtful of, and to see the big picture and to focus consciously sometime on the doubt and sometime on the certainty. I don't like how this community handles money. I don't like their style of speech. It really pisses me off. Okay, that's annoying. I have these two doubts. Give so-and-so time every week. Contemplate these doubts consciously, not unconsciously. Journal, speak to a friend, meditate deeply, research about other spiritual communities, get some biographies of other masters, other communities, and see the context. Understand more. Very good. And then the rest of the time, focus on what you are certain of. This meditation has changed your life. Very good. Focus, when you meditate, focus on the certainty. Increase the faith of that meditation. This breathing exercise, this asana. Increase the faith of that. And spend 90% of the time in faith and 10% of the time respecting your doubt, but in a constructive way, towards finding the truth with an openness. And in this way, the doubt will stay there. And then, okay, let's say now you have 11 doubts about this particular spiritual path, or 27 doubts, and you're only sure of 3 things. Okay, but if you want to go, check, do you still believe in spirituality? Then find a good spiritual school and leave to a spiritual school. I've seen many people leave and do the dumbest job for the dumbest thing, for money, and then working for money, going for the screen, working for money, going for the screen. But just a few years ago, you had spark in your eyes, you had light. There was somebody there, you had hope, you had love. Fine, some things you didn't like, but why not to go and to continue the path somewhere else? And to devote yourself, fine, something maybe a little different. Maybe you'd have, for sure, you have some doubts also over there, but maybe less doubts, and you can continue. So not to fall into a blank life like that. So essentially, the doubt needs to be managed consciously. And we should allocate some time respectfully to find the truth about what we doubt. But that should be contained, not obsessive, and not to flood our entire practice time with thoughts of doubt, or to stop practicing because we doubt that. No, your Uddiyana Bandha and your Laya Yoga, did it work? It gave you those states. Do that, be sure of that. Because it can escalate very fast, and as you lose the spiritual state, it gets darker and darker. So have time for doubt and a time for faith. And if you do it in that way, you will see that there is more and more light and more truth. And you can contain. And I contain some doubts in myself. But they decrease in time. And I manage them and speak about them with close people and digest them. Don't let doubt catch you from behind. Don't let doubt creep in. When doubt comes, look at it straight. Write it down. Express it clearly. Keep it contained. And then the rest of the time, practice and charge your practice with great faith. Because they coexist. It's not when doubt appears like I never had faith, and when faith appears like I never had doubt. No, they're both there. Be attentive to both of them respectfully.
Hey guys, if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content on spirituality, Tantra and more.
And if you want to sign up for our online classes or for our retreats, you can see our website on the description below.